There is.
In the restaurant,
Yeah.
between the restaurant and the bar, there are
There are
bathrooms,
bathrooms,
but
okay.
nowhere else. No, there's no bathrooms.
Not in the bakery.
Why
So-
are they not allowing her to?
Well, because it had something to do, from what I understand now, I still haven't gotten any of the letters of waiver that she got from DEQ. I haven't gotten any response from her, other than the last time I talked to her was like in November, middle of November. She informed me that she had paid and put in 3 large septic tanks, so she does not on city sewer, and she does have a letter from Mayor Anderson stating the fact that they had no problem with her hooking up to city water because there was no problem with the sewer. So when the health department, Juarez, came out from Red Lodge and was going through her list of things that she had to meet, the criteria that she had to meet, according to her, it was something that had to do with the capacity of the business, and it would have something about it did not. If it was over capacity, then her bathrooms and stuff were not enough. So he reported that to DEQ, and then ever since then she's been dealing with DEQ. Well, I talked to 5 different people at DEQ, different departments, and they didn't have a dang clue as what I was talking about. So I went back out to Sue's and asked her to give me a copy of the waiver, give me a copy of the health report from the Red Lodge Health Department, give me a copy of the signed letter of the lady that was in charge of this file at DEQ. I need a file number or case number. I haven't ever gotten anything back, so I'm not really sure what that was. But then she told the town that it was the town of Fromberg's fault that she wasn't having any business, and so she wasn't going to pay her business benefits, and she refused. That's all I know about it.
So,
How best do we solve the issue?
Well, the thing is, you can't solve her issue. It's between her and the DEQ
Mhm.
and the sanitarian.
And the sanitarian refuses to come out, Josh. That I know,
You
I've
know-
heard that.
You can't,
Yeah, and I don't know.
you've done
I don't know
everything, you've
who's
made the
at fault.
septic available,
Right.
you've made the water available. You know,
Yeah, so I'm not sure where it goes from here, but I called her probably about 3 weeks ago, and I talked to, who's the little girl that her husband and her both work there?
Kelly.
Kelly, yes. I can't remember her name. I talked to Kelly, and I left a message with her to have Sue call me. Sue never did call me. When we had our improvement meeting out there, the last one that I was at, I talked to Sue then, and I told her that she had to get me that. Oh, she'd get me that information. I haven't heard from her since, so I have no idea.
Have you had any trouble with Red Lodge coming down, Randy? Talking to the health inspector in Red Lodge?
No.
I didn't think so.
I have not had talked to this. I called up there and left a message, and I have not got no response from him, from Mr. Juarez. So whether or not he's still looking into it, whether that complaint with the DEQ is active, if they've worked it out, if she's paid the fee for the waiver, I have no idea. But I just decided that, I'd really gone probably as far as I could go at that point, and it was up to her. The ball was in her court. She needs to get that stuff to me if she wants me to continue getting with DEQ, working on that problem for her. So,
Okay, did she come to you guys about building more stuff?
no, not that I know of.
Okay. Well, she asked Tammy. I don't know, did you get asked?
No, I haven't heard anything about it.
Oh, okay, Tammy just dropped it because she said she'd have to come here and fill out the paperwork. Yeah.
To put more additions, more cabins.
And no, she wanted to put in, I can't think right now, storage units.
Oh, no, I haven't heard anything
Okay.
about that. Haven't heard a word about that.
Okay.
as far as the business license issue, If they don't pay the business license, then
Well, it's up to the state, isn't it, to
no, it's up to you because
close them down?
everyone doing business in the town is required to pay for and obtain a business license yearly.
Okay.
And so if they don't do it, then they're doing business without license
Do we have to do
They'd be
that through
cited.
the,
into court.
do we have to do that through the sheriff's office? Okay, the next thing in the correspondence that I wanted to, I think that's all in correspondence. That was it. Sorry about that. Okay, let's go on with the employee reports. I'm running kind of late here.
Monthly clerk report read to council on March 12, 2018. The receiving usage billing summary, the billing journal summary, accounts receivable summary, collections journal or collection history, tax voucher detail, revenue voucher detail, combined check register, copy of the bank of Bridger bank statements, statement of the expenditure budget versus actual, and the statement of revenue budget versus actual as reports. And then right underneath my report is Michael Bentley's Public Works report.
Mike will not have a report, so what we have in our files as far as his testing for the water samples and stuff will be available in town at the clerk's office if anyone wants to look at it.
Okay, well, I make a motion we accept Brenda's report is completed.
Have a motion and a second to accept the financial report. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion is passed. Okay, I wanted to discuss this additional gas tax allocation. I was contacted by the state, Montana Department of Revenue or Transportation. They have an allocation, an additional allocation of $3,992.63 for the town in gas tax, gas and oil tax. I have to go online and register and then do all the applications for distribution online. And so I guess what I need tonight is a motion to go ahead with the request for this money. They will charge us 5% as match fund, which comes to about close to $4,000, and it costs us about $195. So if somebody wants to give me $4,000 for $200, I'm going to take it. So, does anybody want to make a motion or not?
Well, I make a motion that we do the applications and pay the 5%.
Thank you.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to accept the Montana Department of Transportation gas tax allocation. It's called HB. It's an HB fund, House bill. It's BARSA, called BARSA. And all those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion is passed.
Now this money can be used for,
This money can be used for improvements for our roads and streets and things like that, which we're going to have
so we
to.
add to our other.
We'll add it to our current gas tax allocation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It would-
I don't want to interrupt, but in the Red Lodge paper I saw that Joliet was kind of challenging Red Lodge, I think, in it, on getting more money.
To have Red Lodge, the county, kind of share their
Right.
assets with the rest of the
Have
towns.
you put in anything to reinforce that to see if they won't send more down here?
Well, with a little bit of turmoil that's gone on in Red Lodge in the last week or so, but I'm going to go to the next commissioners meeting and I think I'm going to bring it up.
Okay,
So,
yeah, I just thought it was a good idea.
Yeah.
The pressure's in one place, more pressure.
Yeah, if we can, if they can share some of their allocation with us, with the surrounding small towns, because we could sure use it, that would be great. But I wouldn't hold my breath.
Yeah, I'm not going
But
to.
we can try.
Yeah,
Joliet's got their hand out to everybody.
that's
The
all
governor
right.
on
That's
down.
all right.
No, if you don't ask, you don't get.
It's true.
Okay,
Yeah.
the next thing on the agenda is the Great West Engineering Draw number 11 for the wastewater project. And let's see, it says, please find attached the updated Draw 11 for approval at March 12th council meeting and Missouri River Contractors Pay application. You will receive the following monies: $23,500 from DNRC, 157,495.75 from TSAP, and $72,72.60 from R&D for a total of $188,265.35. Missouri River Contractors will receive $155,920.79. Montana Department of Revenue will receive $1,574.96, and Great West Engineering will receive $30,772.60.
So do we get kind of a,
We get
A
the money
breakdown.
back from
Yeah.
from the grant money, yeah.
but do we
And
get
this
a
is the
breakdown of what
breakdown.
they're using the money for?
No, it's just for the wastewater contract out here. Missouri River contractors are the guys that are doing all the construction out there, and the Chris Reed is the construction inspector, the outside inspector.
Is there any way maybe we can have him come to a meeting and tell us kind of how they're doing and how they're spending their money, and that way everybody can kind of keep up on where it's
Great
going?
West will be getting, and this is just for the contractor's registration and contractor's gross receipts from Helena for the Missouri River contracts, and that will be Great West portion is $30,000 just for the engineering fee. That's what they're charging for, is the engineering and the consultation on the construction.
Yeah, I understand his fee. I was just curious about some of the other.
We have these, is what you're looking at probably. The engineering invoice summary, which would be
You don't
the
have
study
that
and
in your folder,
report
only she
phase,
has that.
preliminary
got it, I don't
design
have it,
phase, final design phase, bidding phase, construction phase, and post-construction phase. And they're breaking it out in segments, and this last one will be the 30,000, and then for the other one, this is just for the
Okay, well, if you got it,
engineering,
I can come in
and
sometime.
Brenda's got all of the information, she'll
Look
have
at
it in
it.
there,
Yeah.
so.
What we need to do is have her sign all those pages where they're
Yeah.
all marked tonight,
And then,
and then we send it back to Jackie, and Jackie
right,
sends us the whole thing
and the one
back.
from rural development is for our loan, of course, and their tracking and,
Yeah.
and spreadsheets and things like that. So it's all in here, PSAP, everything's in here, except that you guys don't have copies, but
Yeah,
you
okay.
you can look at it in the office.
Okay.
Right now, they're trying to de-water so they can start.
Yeah, they're
They
trying
can't
to get
keep up
rid of
with
all
it?
the water, because the water's
Too much
coming
water?
in faster than they
It's
can
gonna
pump
be
it
a problem
out.
for us. They gotta get that water down before they can start building.
Surely.
And they can't keep up with it. They got
I
two
was
pumps
just
running
wondering
right now, they
who's-
can't keep up.
We can't keep up with it.
Who's gonna do the checking on that project since Mike isn't around anymore?
Well, that's why
Problem.
they have a resident inspector. Chris Reed is the one that does all the resident inspections out there, for anything that they're doing on the construction.
Wasn't Mike supposed to be there too?
Well, he doesn't have to be there full time, but he would have had to be there just to look at, see where the lines were being laid and things like that. At this point, we're just going to have to see. I've already got a request into Chad to, perhaps he has someone on staff that can help us out for the time being. I am still in sort of non-negotiation with Mike, because instead of a 2-week notice, he just, like that. And, so, yeah, I got a lot of irons in the fire as far as that is concerned since 3 o'clock this afternoon.
Will you keep us posted on those negotiations?
Yes, I will. I definitely will. Plus a ton of other things, there's just,
Yeah.
it never ends.
Just quitting on the spot's not a very kosher thing, in my experience anyway.
Well, not sure what, it's just kind of.
No, he gave you fair warning. He always said if he wasn't boss, he'd quit.
Well, he
Yeah,
finally
good.
did.
Yep, he always said that.
What about the other kid? He doesn't-
TJ? No, he's still here.
Yeah, but he doesn't know anything about anything.
He knows a lot more than you think he does.
I didn't say he didn't know
He's-
anything.
he's-
I'm
he's-
asking, he can't fill
he-
in
well,
Mike's
he-
job
what
and
he
watch
needs to-
sewer
no,
lagoon, and
He knows how to test, and we're going to get a hold of Tim Goldsberry, try to, over in Bridger, to kind of come and, do the testing and stuff, with Tim, or with TJ. Right now, I've been online looking for, schools closest, the closest ones that we can get to Billings to send him to take his water level test, because he has to go through 4 of them. 3 would be the best for the town.
What does Tim Goldsberry have? Does he have a water level 4?
Yeah.
Would it be
So-
possible if you and I could set a meeting up with Tim Goldsberry and the mayor and stuff over there?
Well, I was gonna call Chuck tomorrow and see if we could set up a time where we could go and discuss it with, or have Tim come over and discuss it with us, one of the two. I just haven't gotten to that part yet.
I would really like to be there, if that's possible.
Mark,
I just had a question, I just thought about it now with Mike quitting. When we do our sewer and water, you guys contract out now for the hookup?
another good
And is
question.
that something that,
That's
Uh,
that's gotta be something that
we might-
has to be done in a timely manner.
We might have to do that to contract out,
Yeah.
another licensed, public
Yeah, I know
works
Sam
guy.
Kelly, we talked about that, he's
Yeah.
doing some dirt
Well,
work
we've
for
got
us,
2 options, other than Great West Engineering, we could talk to Bridger, and we can also talk to Joliet.
Okay, I was just curious, I guess we'll just contact you when we need to hook up then, huh?
Well, see, it kind of throws a little monkey wrench into everything, because our improvements on our streets and everything are gonna be maybe non-existent this year. Anything that needs to do improvements on any water lines, or digging or replacing lines, or
Right.
curb stops, or anything like that,
Yeah.
we're gonna have to call out for somebody to do that.
It's
Well,
expensive.
we've got
It's
one
gonna
guy
be-
that's gonna be working, and I think he'll
TJ
probably
knows how
step
to,
up and
Oh, Oh,
yeah,
work
uh,
on it.
Mm-hmm. Calving or Guy Bridger to do it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Calvin, he said he used to do it for the town, I guess.
Yeah, we still can do that. If you need a water and a sewer,
Right.
stuff, we can get Randy to come down and do it, or Kelly.
Okay.
yeah. What it's gonna be is just a little bit more scheduling, I think, probably.
Yeah.
The town's changed public works department before, so
Yeah.
it's not something you can't live through.
And the streets, you thought about Joliet's way of doing
Yes,
them.
I did, and I
so-
called over there already and got last year I did, called to get the, what estimated cost, and the company the contractor that does that, and I will get in touch with him first thing in the morning, because we've gotta get this, going, and get him over here to look at the streets,
To know,
to
yeah.
know what he has to do and how much he can do, because he's already contracted with Joliet for this summer also,
Right.
so. I mean, so yeah, we've got a lot going on. Okay, so,
You wanna finish signing those, please?
I will.
Okay, I thought you were gonna move on to something else. I'm sorry.
Did we do a motion to, approve the, request, draw 11 for Great West?
We didn't.
Can we,
Well, I make a motion that we approve the draws for Great West Engineering.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion is passed. Okay, just let me finish signing all these little things here.
There was another one right underneath that one as well. No, it's.
write this up, are you?
I'm trying to. She can go through that straight
Thank you.
now.
You might double, well, she can give it a
Yeah.
Next item is Resolution 478, state surplus property. A couple years ago, we had a resolution to allow the town to buy surplus property from the state, and that's what this is, and we are just going to go ahead and try to get this resolution passed so we can get back to the state. I would also add that last year, the mayor, Mr. Perkins, and Mike were on the list to buy things from the state surplus for the town. Does anybody else want their name added to it? Jim, do you still want your name on it?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, put my name on there.
I will let
At
you-
least I can know what they're doing.
let you sign that.
Shirley, you'll need a vote.
We'll go on it. I don't need anything from state surplus, so I'll need a motion to accept resolution 478 for the state of Montana surplus property program.
I make,
Go ahead.
I make a motion, we accept resolution 478 to purchase the,
Second.
Have a motion to pass resolution 478, the state of Montana surplus property program, and a second. All approved,
Aye.
all opposed. Okay, so,
Excuse me, are we only gonna have just your name on here, Shirley?
oh,
I see.
yeah,
but
they
there's
signed
back
it,
there.
yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
thank you.
Next thing on the agenda is ordinance 275, first reading. This is for adding variance to code section 10905, title 10 zoning.
Shirley, I'd ask for a motion to table.
Until
We
we
had
get
looked
the
for that
resolu-
growth policy approval and we can't find it, so I have that resolution prepared. And the growth policy, adopting the county's growth policy needs to be in place before you make any amendments to the current
Okay.
zoning.
Did we don't have that.
so I make a
tonight,
motion that we table this.
Mhm.
To the next meeting,
To
and I
the
have the
next meeting.
resolution prepared then to,
Okay,
Okay,
yeah, because we wanted to look through all this stuff.
before you start doing
Yeah.
any amendments to the code, you need to adopt that
Okay.
growth policy.
well, I make a motion that we table ordinance 275 till the next meeting.
Second.
Have a motion to table and a second, all approved,
Aye.
motion's carried. Okay, last thing on the agenda then right now is old business water rates. I have talked to the engineering firm, I have talked to state, I've talked to Rural Development, who is with our loan. They are working on coming up with some viable formula where we can look at our water rates and see what we can do with them as far as them being equitable and the sewer rates. Right now, RD and the state said it's going to be really hard to do that because that rate is tied in to our loan of $1.7 some million. and that guarantees revenue for us to enable us to repay that loan. So I'm just kind of waiting on those 3 agencies to get back with me and see where we're at with that. And that's all the news I've got on that. But I have been working on it and trying to get some things set up for it. So as soon as I hear, I'll let the council know, and we'll schedule it at whenever I hear it. I'll have them put it on the agenda. Any information that I get. Next meeting date. Oh, do you have a question, Tim?
I do. It's since Mike is gone. Maybe this is not the right place for it, but since Mike is gone, maybe if we could have Jim go down to the shop in the morning to make sure that everything is squared away there. And
I
know that, or is that something
don't
you've
know
already got
exactly
taken care
what's
of?
in the shop or whatever, but I'm going to get last year's inventory sheet, and I have been going through all of the bills in the last year from that Mike has bought from Cenex, Home Depot, or Lowe's, and CarQuest and stuff in Bridger, and writing that stuff down so I can double check and make sure that everything. I don't.
Well, that's
I
not
doubt
really what
very
I
much.
was.
Just, you
Yeah,
know.
that's not really what I was asking. I guess what I'm concerned about is making sure that our town employee is going to be supervised by somebody that's got some experience, and I know Jim does,
Mhm.
and he knows what's going on. And
Okay.
just until, if that's something you would be comfortable doing, Jim.
Well, I can do that.
You know, I wouldn't mind doing it, but I'm gone so much during the week,
Mhm.
and
Well, I'm gonna be gone some too, but I can check mine.
and just to make sure that things are okay, and
Yeah.
kind of a link between all of us and giving our support and not letting be overwhelmed all of a sudden, So.
I get the feeling that TJ, I've heard really good reports from him from other people that he's been employed with, and I really don't think that he's going to be overwhelmed. I really don't.
Okay, well, good. Well, I'd just
Very
like
confident.
Yes.
to have Jim
I think
there to
he's,
know
yeah,
that things
I've
are.
also
And
heard
that's-
the same thing,
yeah.
that he's a really hard worker and
yeah.
Okay, so you can line him up
Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
basically.
And he knows what he's doing, and
we'll see, yeah.
the only
Yeah.
thing that he does,
Good.
he needs to do is we need to get him licensed at, water levels 1, 2, and 3 as
Yeah.
soon as we can. You can't do them all in 1 year. You can only do 1, and then next year 2, and then
Yeah.
you have to have some stuff in between. But at least he knows how to test. He can't do that according to DEQ mandates without someone that is licensed, which will be Tim Goldsberry, if we can get him to come over and do that
Yeah.
with TJ. But right now, I don't have a big problem with TJ as far as him knowing what to do or stepping right up and doing it.
Okay. Well, I
I've
have
had
no
such
doubt that he
good-
will step up and do a good
I
job.
talked to, I don't know how many people, 2 people at the post office on a Sunday afternoon one time, and they didn't even know who I was, and they said something about TJ working for the town, and I said, yeah, and they went on and on and on about what a great guy this kid was, and what a hard worker he was, and a fast learner, and he just, is Johnny on the spot. So, good. So I haven't heard anything to the contrary. And that's what I'm saying.
Well, good.
He's
Wow.
very accommodating. When I had to go put the things up,
Yes.
that man was the most accommodating anybody'd ever been.
Mhm.
Well, I've never met him, so I don't.
Yeah, he's very reliable young man and very polite and reasonable too. So,
Good. I'll get down and meet him then.
okay,
Catch him on the street sometime.
yeah, you can go down to the city shop and say howdy.
Yeah.
April 2nd.
Yep.
Next meeting date. You know that April Fool's Day and Easter are on the same day, don't you? Do we have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion.
Second that.
We have a motion to adjourn. Second. All in
Thank you,
favor?
Carol.
Aye.
Do I get?
Motion has passed.
Straight to the money.
Women on the average are better at talking.
I think.
Well, it's just the way it is. I'm not sure exactly.
You know that folder I gave you?
I knew what your concern
That white
The
one.
white phone.
She put it in my mailbox, I'll take it home, put it in.
Hey, I think we'll swap that up for a wider one.
Like I had
Can
a
you get by me,
picture, I
Shirley?
overhead,
I
I
don't
did.
think
Oh,
that's
you're
a
fine,
wider
you're fine, you're
one.
fine.
Saw where
I think
everybody
you
was.
need a
trying to
real
get
wide
rid
one.
of that.
Okay.
They
I
got some
had
here
no
in the
idea
hall
that
before they go.
there was any question about him being older, his property. It was a matter of setbacks.